All right, so I'm doing this video whether people come in or not. I'm going to do this video. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to structure this where, as if you are an old student or a new student or someone that's even interested, what I'm going to keep this video to kind of give to people to kind of explain. Because I think what it is there's no sharp threads of how to be a godparent, how to be a godchild, or whatever. But I kind of wrote some things down, and I hope that you get a better understanding of what the expectation is, or what do you think the expectation should be. So I'm going to go through this. This is for any ATR, any witchcraft or pagan covens, or like general spiritual mentorship. Um, Examples like Ifa and Lucami, Santeria, Candomblé, Palo, Voodoo, etc. Right? So initiation sponsor. So a godparent, sometimes called a padrino, they're sometimes called a madrina, is responsible for sponsoring the godchild through initiation. So they often pay or they help secure ritual items like bowls and other tools you're going to need for offerings and putting your spirit in a bowl. And they vouch for the readiness of the initiate. Um, so I am a initiation sponsor. Then you have a spiritual guardian. So a spiritual guardian, they transmit oral teachings, correct mistakes, and they ensure that the godchild maintains ritual discipline throughout this process. Then it's a lifelong bond. The godparent, the godchild, the relationship is sacred and it's extremely binding. And the relationship, breaking it is actually really serious. Loyalty and respect and mutual obligations, they are expected. Um, a community anchor, they help to integrate the godchild into a larger spiritual house. Um, a Humfor, Wednesday, it making sure they serve and learn their place in the lineage. Um, in witchcraft or like in pagan covens, especially like any type of eclectic pagan setting or Wiccan coven settings, you have a initiator slash guide, and they're a godparent, sometimes called a sponsor, stands with new initiate doing the dedication and initiation rituals. A mentor is they teach the godchildren about the covenant's practices and history, rituals, and ethics. Then you have a supporter. A supporter that they offer emotional and magical support. They help the godchild through challenges and shadow work. Then you have an accountability partner. So the accountability partner in some covens is the godparent that keep tracks of the student's progress, meditations or whatever. Then you have like a mediator. A mediator is someone, if there are conflicts within the coven, a godparent may advocate for their godchild and help them to stay aligned with the group's harmony. So, general spiritual duties, and this is across ATR and both coven contexts. So, protection, I offer protection. So, offering spiritual defense through prayers, working, and guidance. Then you have transmission. Transmission is handing down rituals. So if I'm teaching you, I'm actually handing down a ritual to you. Prayers, songs, chants, sacred knowledge. Then you have example. It's a living as a role model for you with integrity and discipline and respect for spirit. Then there's healing and accountability. So the helping the godchild to heal spiritually, holding them accountable to their commitments. So then you have healing, I said that, lineage stewardship. Lineage stewardship kind of ensures the godchild honors their lineage, their ancestors, their spiritual community. So our spiritual community would be IE, because I've been doing it for almost a decade, and I have put a lot of energy into that. So you, in turn, have to do that too. Yeah, I don't. So in short, a godparent is not just a teacher, it's your protector, it's your guide, it's your anchor in your spiritual family lineage. And kind of like in ATRs, especially relationships like this are considered lifelong. Whereas in conventional covens, they're more mentorship focused, but they still carry out like a deep responsibility. So what are my duties to you? So as a godparent, I am your spiritual parent. I can tell some of y'all have fucked up relationships with your spiritual parent because you don't know how to connect to me. Let's just be clear, you don't. A spiritual godparent is a spiritual parent and is responsible for guiding, for protecting, and nurturing your path. So the bond is supposed to be sacred and lifelong, and it's rooted in loyalty, respect, and accountability. A lot of y'all lack that when it comes to me because I'm not on your level. I'm trying to get you up on mine. So the godparent is the bridge between the godchild and lineage and spirits. So I'm your go-to, I'm your intercessor. I'm the one that go in between spirit and you to create a lineage. So it ensures a proper transmission of knowledge and tradition. All right. So some of my core duties: initiation sponsorship, which I don't do that. And that's present and stand with the godchild during dedication or initiation. Now, if you were getting initiated in EFI or Century or something like that, then I would do that for you. I help you secure your ritual items, offerings, tools required for your ceremonies. I vouch for your readiness and say sincerity of a godchild. Like, there's been a couple that have left my apprenticeship to go get initiated, and I was their sponsor. All right. I provide guidance and ritual work, spellcraft offerings, any type of taboos. I do readings and practices and homework. Whenever it's needed, I give it to you. Sorry about that. All right. Then you have, I offer you spiritual protection. So I pray for you. I do work for you. So there was this thing a long time ago where this lady was like, well, Duchess is doing work on you. Well, of course, she's a part of my mentorship. She's a part of my apprenticeship. I'm supposed to do protective work on her. So I'm supposed to pray for you. I'm supposed to do work for you. I'm supposed to intercede on your behalf um, of you when you face a spiritual attack or some type of imbalance. I teach you how to protect yourself with cleansing and shielding and bath and offerings and things like that. Also, moral and ethical guidance. Like, I serve as a role model in both the spirit and the mundane life. So correct the godchild when they stray from discipline, humility, or respect. That is what my purpose, and that's one of my jobs. But again, a lot of people get in their feelings because I'm telling them something and they're not understanding that this is actually a place of this is what I'm supposed to do. All right, that's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm supposed to encourage accountability to the spirits, the ancestors, and community. So that is a part of it as well. Community and integration. Like, I introduce you into covens, into elays, into home fours, or any type of house structure. I teach you proper etiquette workings with the elders and your peers and other initiates, ensuring that you learn your place and duties within the collective, because it is about collective, it is about community. So there are mutual expectations. You are supposed to show respect, you are supposed to show reverence and loyalty and gratitude. You are supposed to follow instructions with humility and discipline. You're supposed to contribute to the lineage or the coven house with service, offering, and time. Technically, everybody in here should be dedicating a time period where they come and they volunteer in the store for me. That doesn't happen, but it's supposed to. From the godparent, I'm supposed to provide and be patient and be firm with you and be honest and give you guidance. I do that. I protect your confidentiality. I whatever it is, I help you grow with love and firmness. This is a lifelong covenant. This bond doesn't end after you've been initiated. It is a spiritual family tie. This is a spiritual family tie. So if you're wanting to continue that tie with me, you need to keep that in consideration. Why do you think that a lot of people, they feel like, oh, since I lived your apprenticeship, my life has been like this, I need to get back in it? Yes, because it's a deep, lifelong covenant. Even after you left, there's still respect. When the bond is broken, betrayal or being dishonest or just abandoning duties, or it dishonors the spirit and it also dishonors your lineage. Severe breaks may require ritual resolution, cleansing, or a release of obligation from that duty or position or even their godparent. Both parties are encouraged to seek reconciliation before just severing ties. A godparent carries the weight of your lineage, your teaching, and spiritual guardianship. I take on and agree to stand with you in the light, in the shadows, and in the spirit, ensuring that you grow strong and you're disciplined and aligned with the sacred path that's entrusted to you. So, what is the role of a godchild? What is the role of a godchild? And this goes across the board, whether it's with a coven or any type of ATR lineage. So a godchild is a spiritual, hello, darling. A godchild is a spiritual son or a spiritual daughter. I might consider them a student, and it's entrusted to walk under the guidance of your godparent. Their role, your role as a godchild, is to be humble, is to be teachable, is to be loyal and committed to your lineage. What is your lineage? Your lineage is anything that's connected to me. The bond with the godparent is not casual. It's a covenant. It's a covenant of respect, and it's a lifelong spiritual kinship. What is the core duties of a godchild? Number one, it's to show loyalty and respect, like showing reverence to a godparent as a spiritual elder or a mentor, kind of defend the honor of your lineage, the coven or the house. So you avoid gossip, you avoid betrayal, any type of disobedience that harms the family. Discipline and obedience. So the next one is you follow spiritual instructions without arrogance or shortcuts. You accept correction with humility and gratitude. You keep up with assigned practices, assigned work, assigned homework, assigned assignments. You're supposed to do that. Yeah, I don't. Learning and apprenticeship. So it's actively studying and practice and absorbing teachings of that manner. It's asking questions respectfully and showing eagerness to grow. It's also recording knowledge and carrying it forward responsibly. So you assist your godparents. Hey, Daniel, you assist your godparents, you assist your elders in the house when called upon. This apprenticeship is considered a house. The people that dwell in the apprenticeship is considered part of the lineage. And I sit at the top of that lineage. And I'm explaining it in this way. You're not going to find many things that explain it to you, but I'm explaining it to you so that you guys have a better understanding of what my expectation is of you. The next thing is supporting your spiritual community. Like, i.e., that's a spiritual community that you become leaders in. You don't let outsiders affect it. You know, you watch it just like everything else, like that you hold dear to you. Spiritual integrity. You keep secrets of the house and the coven. You never reveal sacred knowledge to outsiders. You live in a way that honors the spirits, your ancestors, and the teachings. You show consistency in rituals and offerings and personal spiritual discipline. My mutual expectation is for you, again, show humility, be patient and devoted. Remain loyal to your godparent and your lineage. Commit to the lifelong service, study, and spiritual growth. Because this is a lifelong commitment that you actually make with your godparent. It is a lifelong covenant. It's not you get mad and then you just leave, right? It's not like that. In order for you to leave, technically, there has to be a sit down. And it has to be a sit down with another elder. And I have to release you. No one follows these rules as I'm giving you today. And that's the reason why shit is just so wild. And I feel like if I'm going to continue on with this apprenticeship, if I'm going to continue on having godchildren, I'm going to set the standard. And if it's not worked in that way, you can't be a part of it. And that is no, shade to anybody else, but I offer you all my wisdom. I offer you my protection, and I offer you honest correction. I provide a path for you to grow spiritually in a safe space. I treat you as my family, not just as a student. It's a lifelong covenant. The godchild carries their godparent's name and lineage forward. I carry my godfather's name and lineage forward. You, in turn, carry mine. I expect you to honor, to defend this, to serve our community in both ritual and your everyday life. Even as you mature into leadership, you still remain tied to the godparent through respect and loyalty. Devontae, he still remains tied to me. Sherrod, he still remains tied to me. They're not in my apprenticeship anymore. They went into ATR, but I'm still their hoodoo godmother. And they're still involved. I'm still involved in their life. I don't teach them per se anymore because they've elevated into something else. I'm not willing to do that. But when it went for them to get initiated, I became their sponsor. So your sponsor is the one that says, she's ready. He's ready. So that is what all of this is tied into. So you probably want to go back the first 15 minutes and you can hear all of that. I kind of break down the ATR because you're not going to find this. That's why I decided to do like a video. And I think what I'm going to do is everybody that wants to be an apprentice of mine, I'm going to send this to them. And if they still want to do it afterwards, then we can talk and move forward. But I think this, I'm putting it in a way where it's a lot and people don't really talk about this like that. So I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I've had conversations with my elders and this is what I came up with. So when the bond is broken, disloyalty or arrogance or secrecy or neglecting the duties of the spirit, not turning into work, not giving offerings because you have to do that. That's what the apprenticeship fees are for. Because think of it like this: you got to pay to be in your house. I don't care if it's $20, you're still paying towards something. But if you are not paying into your apprenticeship, you are not paying into your house, how do you expect to get anything out of it? Because that's part of it. You have to pay because I serve as your spirit and your intercessor. So you're cheating spirit. So how do you think what you think you're gonna get out of it? So healing may require reconciliation, offerings, and in serious cases, a release from the house. So as a godchild's role, it's not just to receive, it's to learn, to serve, and to honor. The godchild shows respect through humility and being dedicated and loyal while carrying forward your own light and your own part of what this lineage is. The covenant ensures survival and strength of tradition, because that's what this is. All right, so the godparent should always speak directly to the godchild about a concern. This should be done in a sacred or respectful setting. I always do that. Sometimes after divination, prayer, or ritual cleansing, I will do that with you guys. I explain where you're failing or your shortcomings are in services and offerings or pay be, whatever the case may be. You should listen with humility because this is supposed to help you, not to make you be misunderstood even more. ATR traditions, often they call it divination sessions, whether it's OB or tarot or EFI or Delagoon, or it's used for spirit ancestors. So if something happens or you need to check in, it's godchild truly at fault? Or is it justified I'm talking to you like this? Is there a spiritual interference causing this behavior? What corrections or offerings need to be made? I'm always supposed to offer you guys an opportunity for redemption, and I do that. I may assign a specific task for you to do or to clean or some type of ritual to the godchild really need to take on correction shows that they're ready to stay in the covenant. So then I want to discuss accountability versus release. So if a godchild refuses correction, continues to be disloyal, or disregards teaching, then I spiritually have to release you because I have to break that bond. You're not being loyal to me. In ATRs, it's very serious. And it may require a formal ceremony. It just depends on what you did. Like, for instance, it was a girl in Simoise's house that didn't like me. Imagine. She didn't like me. And he went through the ceremony with her. He got her crowned. Well, when she wanted to sever that tie with him, she had to get recrowned because you got to get recrowned to another godfather. She had to get recrowned and become another mambo under somebody else. So that happened because she didn't like the fact that he had made me. Girl, whatever. Oftentimes, conflict does arise because of miscommunication or unrealistic expectations, and a lot of people have that of me, or personal issues. Both the godparent and the godchild kind of will sit back and reflect, and they decide these 4 things. No, 3. Is the bond still spiritually fruitful for both parties? Is the lesson discipline or is it release? What does the spirit or ancestors say about the relationship? These are questions that should be asked. Because in summary of that, if a godparent says a godchild isn't living up to their responsibilities, the process is an honest conversation, a spiritual divination, meaning a check-in. Because we don't call them divinating over our godchildren, you call them check-ins. Opportunities for corrections, and if still resolved, a ritual release. Your role is to be here and to listen with humility and show effort that you are improving. It's not a one-sided thing. It's not. So I am going to do an agreement, a covenant contract. And what it just says is that it talks about the sacred covenant that you and I share, because we do share a sacred covenant. Like, even if your relationship with your mom per se is fucked up, it's never supposed to be like that with me. Because I hold you in this space where I make sure that things work out for you. I should never have to reach out to you. It should always be, I need to check in. Because when you're checking in, what happens is, number one, you are working on that bond and you feeding your lineage. If y'all don't do that. And when I say y'all, it's one for all for one. I don't give a damn. You do text me every day. I'm still talking about everybody. All right. So I talk about the sacred covenant, the duties, the communication and transparency. I also put biblical references in it. Like when I was talking about, I don't know how I added to this. So I just added to the group. I think I can do that. Hold on. Because I do want y'all to see it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Can I send it to one of you guys and y'all just add it in the group where everybody can see it? Hold on. I'll do it like that. I think that's what I'll do. I'll send it to you, Daniel and Lily, and y'all just make sure that it's when y'all get them, just add them to group. So the godchild covenant contract that needs to be signed. Then the godchild non-disclosure and covenant NDA that needs to be signed. And it's just talking about, and I gave it biblical to substantiate everything because, some people be waiting for the Christianity part. So what I did was I actually, like, the purpose of the agreement is made to protect the sacred knowledge. It's the rituals and the teachings and private matters. I talk about stuff to y'all that I don't talk about to anybody else. It says a talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. That's in Proverbs 11 and 13. Then I talk about the confidential information. I talk about the obligations, and I even gave you a biblical reference for that. It says, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. There's consequences of a breach. I have something for that. If you don't trust the person and you want to throw them out, tell them, be sure of your sin. Because if you're not sure of your sin, it'll find out. And they talk about that in Numbers 32 and 23. Be sure your sin, you don't want to find out. All right. Then you have terms of release and clause. You have covenant honor. Okay, let me send that to y'all as well. I really be trying, y'all. I made such an effort that I've been taking online classes on how to work with PowerPoint. And they got this motherfucking Word 12.7, and I don't fucking know how to work all of that shit, but I have been really focusing very hard on learning how to work so I can do more. So anyway, I be working. I be steady trying. All right. So I just sent that to y'all as well. And then you have a class assignment, assignment contract. I'm going to send that to you as well. If you have a grievance, I'm going to send you this contract and you want to leave for whatever reason. You want to go, like you tired and, whatever. Then you have a godchild class attendance and assignment contract. Are y'all getting those in your email? Okay. And then I'm giving you a monthly attendance assignment tracker. See how I'm trying to give y'all tools so y'all can stay up on everything so you will not have an excuse. I was up last night. You know what I'm saying? 5 o'clock this morning. I'm like putting shit together because I'm trying to make this more organized. Um, and you can add to it, take away. I don't know. I ain't the best at this. I be trying. Then there's going to be a ritual. It's a ritual of commitment between the godchild and godparent. And the purpose of this ritual is performed with the godchild you accept to be under my path. Under it symbolizes the commitment to learning and being disciplined. It's a vow of respect and honor and loyalty. And it's a recognition of a godparent as the spiritual guide and protector, because that's what I am. All right. You will literally need a white candle that represents your purity and your truth. Your blue candle, it represents loyalty and spiritual wisdom. You need a small bell. Let me just do that. And when you're ready, you guys will, when you're ready, we can do it together. All right. Then there is a family covenant. This is you agreeing to get to know everybody else in the apprenticeship. Because a lot of times y'all just want to know me. And that's not what it's about. It's about knowing each other. Because we are a community, we are a family. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody else posts something, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about specifically in here. So um, It's just a godparent and a godchildren. It's a comprehension, like your spiritual siblings, because that's what you should look at each other like at any rate. Because it used to be like, well, I don't like her and I don't like that will not stand. And I'm not doing that. And then there is, so then there is a godchild monthly offering and payment covenant. So what I've been doing is once you pay your fees or whatever case like that, that's your apprenticeship payment. But it's not. Some of that money I actually send it to my house. I send it to my house in Haiti. It's the same house that my godfather paid 20 years into. It's the same house that I pay into today for him. I never stopped. So let's just say they're doing covering. They're doing covering in Haiti for you. Ain't nobody else got that, right? You have it. You don't pay me on time. You don't even offer me anything. So what do you think you're doing? You're actually stealing of the spirit. Then you wonder why my shit didn't slow down. Why is this not, well, what are you not doing? You cannot be connected to something and don't pay for it. I cannot stress that enough. Even if, let's just say you pay it off, you still need to be giving something every month. I don't care if it's $25. So there is a new agreement for that. Let me send it to y'all as well. It's a lot, ain't it? I know it's a lot. It's a lot. But I feel like I don't want there to be any more mistakes moving forward. And I want you to understand what my intention is for this. That if we're going to do it, then let's do it. If not, leave. Why would you want to be attached to something that you're not investing in? We're gonna do that Tuesday. All right. So, and now I am implementing, it is a monthly ritual of appreciation. All right. This is the purpose of it is these rituals allow you to reaffirm your loyalty and your gratitude. So every week you have something to do. Like the first week, the count of gratitude. The second week is offering of service. The third week is gifts or offerings. And the fourth week is words of honor. So I'm going to send that to you too. And once you guys have them, we can discuss it on Tuesday. All right. So that gives you time to look through all of this. Because I'm not trying to overwhelm you. Because what I do want you to understand is the weight of the role. There's so much weight on the role that I have. And I didn't even understand it getting into it. The godparent is more than a god. I'm your spiritual parent. So when you accept me as a godparent, you bind yourself, not just to me, you bind yourself to a lineage, a spiritual law, and an ancestral covenant. So the spiritual tie is bounding, it's binding his blood. I have not done that with you guys because I don't be really feeling like y'all, because technically, y'all supposed to come see me. At least once a year, you're supposed to make a pilgrimage to me. I'm supposed to actually do a ceremony where I cleanse you, all of this stuff. I don't do it because y'all not consistent like that. Because why am I giving so much and I'm not getting it in return? Why should I make more effort than you? When you're the one that's seeking the information that I have. It's not the other way around. So that's what I need you to understand. Like, because the sacrifices that I make, the prayer and protection, like I pray for you, I intercede for you. Sometimes I carry the burden in my spirit from yours. Time in teaching, I invest hours of teaching, hours of mentoring, hours of correcting. I use offerings and spiritual power on your behalf. When I take you on as a godchild, I put my name on you. You put your name on me. I put it in the house, the lineage. I put you in the line. And y'all need to understand just what that means. I think it's Hebrew 13 and 17, where it says, obey them that have rule over you, and you submit yourself, for they watch for your souls as they would, and they must give account. So I am responsible for what I teach you. I am responsible for what you go. I am responsible for that. Remember the spiritual laws that I was telling y'all about? Those are the spiritual laws of bond. The law of honor, the law of reciprocity, the law of covenant, and the law of consequence. What you have to understand is this is not just a mentorship. It's a family in spirit. My sacrifices aren't unseen for you. I have sleepless nights for you because I'm up and I'm praying. I have energy spent in rituals. Spiritual attacks faced on your behalf. There are some of y'all I have taken stuff off of y'all and I got attacked for it. But you're not dealing with it no more. It got easier for you. But that's what I technically didn't know I was signing up for all of that. But at the same time, that's what I signed up for. So when people like not do this with me or not do that for me or not, and I'm giving it to you, you are literally walking away and spitting on all those sacrifices. Because people will think that I did something to them. I didn't do anything to you. I didn't have to. I just took my covering off of you. So that means something. So to stay loyal, it ensures that your blessings continue to flow because it's not just for you, but it's for your children and your generation after you. Um, the annual pilgrimage and spiritual cleaning. Um, every year I need to do that. You need to come to me. It don't have to be all together. I prefer not all together because that's just too much. It's way too much fucking energy and it ain't gonna happen. Cause you not just to work me out. But there is a annual. Each godchild must visit the godparent at least once a year on a date chosen by the house or the lineage. So the purpose is to receive a complete spiritual cleanse, rituals of blessings, and renewal of your loyalty. So the financial accountability is all your payments. They must be, if not paid in full, you have to be current. Because no godchild can undergo any of those type of cleanings if you are in debt to me, if you are in debt to the house. Because one thing one of the elders told me yesterday was, oh, no man anything but to love one another. And that's in Romans 13 and 8. I just be trying to give y'all some biblical references. So I'm going to send that too, so you can have that as well. And we can go over this again on Tuesday, which I'm probably going to do that anyway. But that gives everybody time, like I said, to kind of like look over everything. And you have it for yourself. Because it does come with the checklist too. Let me go and send it. There's a pilgrimage checklist. I need to put this like in a book, like a pamphlet or something, huh? Like it's your onboarding. Okay, girl, got a little onboarding. Okay.
I can do is I can try to, Ma- Mama, I could put it like all in one PDF if you want, just to make it easier. So it's like
That'd be
all
great.
together. I don't know if you want to do that.
That'd be great if you could. That's for me. That's for me. Um, I will tell you, whenever you do it, it's 2 hours. It takes 2 fucking hours. That's why I can't do like 5 people at one time. I think the most I'll ever do is two because it takes 2 hours per person. So it's 2 hours for you, then it's 2 hours because y'all can't be together. Um, I hope that this kind of gives you something like because I'm gonna upload this. I give you an accountability and appreciation checklist, like spiritual respect. Like, do you pray regularly for me? And I want you to do this for you. I want you to really be. I want you to really be honest. I want you to really be honest. Do I pray regular for my godparent protection and well-being? Do I honor my godparents' name in public and in private? Do I show up to rituals and classes in humility and with readiness? Do I seek correction when needed instead of resisting it? Acts of service. Have I volunteered time or effort to help my godparent? Have I offered assistance without being asked? Do I serve and love and not with complaint? Offerings and support. Have I given my monthly offering consistently and on time? Have I offered extra gifts and tokens of appreciation? Have I contributed financially or materially where the house needs help? Meaning, have you, like when, for instance, when Daniel came to the store, Daniel was like, what do you want me to do? And I was like, I don't know if I told you to do something or not, but I mean, that's what you're supposed, technically, everybody's supposed to volunteer in my store because that's serving the community. So you're supposed to come to the store. If you're my godchild, you're supposed to work in there for free because that's your community service. Because you're serving the community, you're serving the house because that's what your house, that's what your lineage does. She has a whole spiritual business that serves thousands of people. You're supposed to be a part of that. None of you guys are. Am I consistent in my presence? Do I honor their sacrifices by being disciplined and obedient? Have I recommitted myself to the covenant through actions, not just words? I'm going to send that to you as well. But this is stuff that I really want you guys to work on. And these are tough conversations to have, but I see now they're very necessary to have because I hear a lot. I don't know well, that's the expectation. I don't know what I think that's what it's supposed to be like. That's what it's supposed to be. So I was trying not to make this a long ass video because it's just so much on there. But I hope y'all have a better understanding. I'm going to upload this. I have all kind of documents and stuff like that. And if nothing else, if you have any questions, if you guys want to text me, you can. If nothing else, I'll see you on Tuesday. And hopefully Miss Liliana will have it all for everybody so they can, our Daniel can upload it before then so no one has the excuse. All right?
Which email did you send it to?
Huh?
Which email did you send it to?